freedom, man. That's what it's all about. You've got to groove on freedom, like the good book says.
Welcome. You are listening to What on Earth is Happening. This show will discuss the topics of human consciousness, mind control, natural law, the occult, and all issues that affect the freedom of the people of Earth. What on Earth is Happening will endeavor to shine light upon the darkness of our world and to offer empowering solutions to the problems we face as humanity approaches its critical moment of choice. And now, here is your host, Mark Passio.
Welcome one and all. You're watching What on Earth is Happening. I'm your host, Mark Passio. My website, whatonearthishappening.com. Ladies and gentlemen, government is slavery. Always has been, is now, always will be. Whether you understand that or not, it's still true. And here on What on Earth is Happening, we are ending slavery one mind at a time. Welcome and thank you for tuning in. Today is Sunday, February 19th, 2023. This is episode number 266 of What on Earth is Happening. Unfortunately, our special guest for today, Brandon Martin, was not able to make the show live. He's feeling under the weather, so I wish Brandon a very speedy recovery, and we'll bring him on in the next couple of weeks. We got off to a late start, almost a half an hour late today due to technical problems, and I really desperately have to put this computer to pasture. It's amazing to me. You know what, before I even get into that, because I want to talk a little bit about technology today, we're going to do an all call-in show, but I'm going to rant a little bit before I go to callers. The first thing I want to tell people is this is a cumulative show of information. You shouldn't watch if you're a new viewer or listener from here. You will not fully understand the tapestry of information and data that is presented on What on Earth is Happening unless you view the show, watch the show, listen to the show from the beginning of the podcast. Go back to podcast number 1 and listen in order. Do not skip around. Listen in order at your own pace. There's a reason for that. A lot of people insist that isn't true and they're wrong. And they don't want to acknowledge that they're wrong regarding that. You must listen in order. This is like a course. And you will not fully grasp what's being said in the later episodes, especially about taking action. You will not fully grasp it unless you've gone through all the podcasts. And I'm going to reiterate that every single solitary show from now on, in perpetuity on this show. Because the people who insist that that is not true and that you can really, really, truly get the full tapestry of this show, skipping around or listening to the later episodes, you're fucking morons. And you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So let's just put it out there like that, viciously. Okay? Because I'm tired of hearing it because it isn't true, and I'm tired of idiots saying it, and that's what they are. You have to listen to this show in order, or you're not going to really understand what I'm truly saying. And tards out there go off and insist they can just come in at any moment and just understand what's being said. And it's like jumping to the back of a book, thinking that you're going to get the whole thread of what happened in the entire book by reading the last couple of pages. And that's what fucking idiots do. That's what fucking morons do. So don't be a fucking idiot and a fucking moron. Listen to the podcast in order. And then you'll understand. You'll understand my anger and my rage sometimes. You'll understand where I'm at with people. You'll understand my frustration level. You'll understand why I say repeatedly people don't really get what I'm saying on this show. They think they understand me, but they don't. They don't. And I could tell when they open their fucking mouth that they don't understand what I've been teaching here for the last 15 years. They don't get it at all. They pay lip service and say that they understand, but they do not. So I'm also going to ask if callers would respectfully ask questions and clarifications. That's what the show is about, asking questions for clarification, not asking me to repeat things that I've already taught. If you haven't listened to the podcasts, it's probably a good idea not to ask things that have already been covered. I want questions that can more fully flesh out what I've taught. And I'm going to ask people, have you listened to the podcasts? All of them. Have you watched and listened to all previous 265 episodes of this show? If you haven't, I don't want to really reiterate a lot of stuff that I've already gone over. And again, the show is nothing new. That's the other thing. People insist everything has to be a brand new revelation every week. No, it does not. No. But I also want to clarify things instead of repeat them. There's a difference between repeating something that I've already covered and someone's asking me to say again because they didn't listen, versus clarify something that you think should be further clarified or fleshed out even further. That's what I want on the show today from callers, from people who are going to call in. That is what I am asking for. Respectfully, please give me that. Okay? Don't just ask things that have already been covered. If you've listened to the show, I want questions about how I can clarify something that you may not fully understand or that you think I need to flesh out a little bit more. That's what today's show is about. So let's jump over to the slides and I'll go through my announcements. I apologize, folks. My slides were not up. It's because of all the crashes that happened to even get this show started. I had 3 kernel panics, full kernel panics, just to open up a piece of compositing and streaming software and hit start, go live, and I'm streaming to one destination because I got a Restream Pro account and just am streaming out to Restream for everything. There is no reason that a computer that has a Core i9 processor in it and is set up absolutely properly should kernel panic when you hit start show to stream out to one destination. This is just a sign of horribly written software. It's something that I'd like to talk about. The state of software has everything to do with the state of freedom. The absolute Luddite retards out there that don't understand technology and don't understand technology's importance when it comes to human freedom will insist, oh, we don't need to know anything about software. Who cares whether software is functioning properly in the world or not and whether developers are writing software properly? No, it has nothing to do with getting the fucking word out to the ignorant fucking masses of people. Yeah. This is what I'm up against every fucking day, people. People who don't understand what the solution is, don't understand what needs to be done, don't understand how important software fucking is. Don't understand why I'm in a rage about how developers write fucking software, that I have a machine that's less than 5 full years old and it kernel panics when I fucking hit start the fucking show. You know? This is why I can't operate with 5-year-old computers. I need the latest and greatest technology, unfortunately. Unfortunately, that's the case because of how badly software is written nowadays. And, I'm using a piece of software to stream called Mimo Live, and maybe the developers have just dropped the fucking ball. I don't know. They used to write good software. Maybe they've just completely dropped the fucking ball and they're lazy fucking developers that don't want to do their job right. And I just need to abandon this software and just go over to something like OBS or Streamlabs or something like that. Like pretty much shittier written open source software, but maybe it's just less demanding on the computer. I don't know. I'm going to have to do some testing. It's going to be a real pain in the ass to redesign the whole fucking show, everything, and bring it over to another platform. But probably that's what I'm going to have to do, which is, again, taking something that I've already done correctly, and no, the problem isn't with me, fucktards. No, the problem isn't with me. All the tards out there are going to say that because tards are going to tard, and they're going to insist, oh, it's something you're doing wrong. No, it's nothing I'm doing wrong, tard. No, that's just your tarded fucking thought process. That's all it is, tard. Okay? That's you. That's not me. I'm doing everything correct. I know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm good at what I fucking do. I'm extremely fucking good at what I fucking do. It's other incompetent fucking losers who are bad at what they do. And unfortunately, I'm interdependent on them. I'm not a software developer. I don't write my own fucking software. Okay? I can't be an everything of everything. I'm doing enough. Believe me, I'm doing more than most people will in 100 fucking lifetimes. So don't give me any bullshit that I don't know what I'm fucking doing, losers. Shut your fucking mouth. And learn something. Learn something. Learn something about persistence and sticking through it even though other motherfuckers don't do their job right, asshole. You don't know what the fuck I do at all. You don't know what the fuck I go through at all. At all. Loser. I'll scream right in your fucking face in person. You're not going to tell me that I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I hear this from assholes. Yeah. The fuck out of my fucking face like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. No, it's other people's incompetence that unfortunately I'm interdependent upon. That's the problem. We don't have any good software developers in the fucking freedom community, unfortunately. Not that can write actual full desktop class software. The open source community is a fucking laughing joke. They write shit. And even in the fucking proprietary community, the software has become so demanding it's turned into shit. I need an M1 or M2 fucking top of the line system loaded. I don't need a base config. I need it loaded. I need it top of the line. I got to buy the latest and greatest shit to run my operation. And that means I need donations coming in to do that, and they're not coming in. They're coming in slowly for things, but the store, the gifts area is doing poorly. People, as soon as I put all the download buttons on things, people stop donating toward items for the store. If maybe I need to take down all the download links, then people will donate again. People were donating fine until I put the download links up as a nicety. Maybe they got to be all stripped out of the site, and then, people can figure out how to download things if they want. But it seems like people are loath to donate if I put download buttons on my site. And that's bullshit, quite frankly. So with having to move, with having to take on a mortgage, I don't know how much I'm going to be able to do this. I got to be honest with you. With the struggle it is with technology, the struggle that it is with resources, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to do this. And you can say whatever the fuck you want about that. You don't know what it is because you don't fucking do it because you're a fucking lazy loser. And I do it, and I fucking try my damnedest, and I am great at what I do, and unfortunately other people's fuck-ups fuck my work up. And that's the truth of the fucking matter, whether you know it or not, losers. That's the truth of the fucking matter, assholes. problem is you don't know what the fuck doing this is because you're a lazy fucking loser and you don't do anything and you sit on your fucking ass. That's the whole fucking problem with the fucking world, is that you're not reaching people with the message of objective truth, the message of objective morality, the message of natural law, the message of what's going on with the tyranny of this fucking place. Because you're lazy fucking losers who don't try. And your masters are busting your fucking ass up because they're fucking driven as hell. And they know what they're fucking doing. And they have money to fucking pay people because that's everybody's fucking motivation, not to be free, to get paid. I need resources to help fucking put the fucking message out because hardly anybody else is doing it. People say, oh, there's so many fucking podcasts out now. What the fuck are they talking about? Show me where they're saying the word fucking slavery. Show me where they're talking about fucking natural law and objective morality. Yeah, the podcasts that are on One Great Work Network, my network that I started. That's where they're at. Show me major popular podcasts and video shows that are talking about any of these themes. Get the fuck out of here. They ain't doing shit. Rearranging furniture on the deck of the Titanic on the sinking fucking ship. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it because I've been harping on it for fucking 15 fucking years. I still have no technical help in here. I have some ancillary help, but no real technical help. Not high level technical help. I basically do just about everything that I do on my own. There are some people who do help remotely. There are some people who do come in and help. And I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about the majority of human beings. I've been asking for 15 years for help and no help arrives. And they don't understand most of the help I need needs to be done in-house. It cannot be done remotely. And people keep insisting, let me help remotely. And I'm telling you, you can't help remotely. I need in-house help. People are just fucking hard-headed motherfuckers and don't listen. They're not listening to what I require. I don't need help from afar. I need help in here. In here. And where I'm going to be when I move. Probably I'll have to stop the show at the end of the month of February because I'm going to have to be moving through March and into April. So I'm at least going to probably have to take that month off. I'll do the show as long as I can continue to get away with it. Anyway, today's show is going to be a call-in show for questions and clarifications about information that I have covered, but you've listened to and you want further clarification about. Please don't just ask questions regarding things I've already talked about, covered, and explained. Ask clarifying questions. I'm respectfully asking that of those who call into the show. If you don't have a question regarding that, don't stay in the call-in area. To call in, go to whatonearthishappening.com/call. That's it. All right, so we're on a new schedule, 2-hour format, 6-month schedule from January through June. Again, I may have to take a few weeks off when I move. I'm certainly going to have to do that, just letting people know. I finally put another video on Band.video, so Natural Law session number 1 from my natural law seminar is live there and getting some traction. Hopefully people will watch all of them all the way through. It's not about watching just the first one or the second one. You got to watch all 3 all the way through. This is the problem with people. You see, you put a 3-part series up. There's 10,000 views on the first one. There's 6,000 on the second one. There's 2,000 on the third. That's the human condition. That is humanity's fucking laziness. That's the problem. That's the laziness of this fucking mud species. Okay? Because they don't follow through. They don't keep pressing and following through. I could have fucking given up on this show after 3 fucking crashes of my computer and said, fuck it. I have other shit I need to do. And I didn't. I'm pressing it. I'm pushing it. I'm going to force it to fucking occur. There's a bunch of dropped fucking frames at the beginning of this show. I'm probably going to have to do editing and post-production. So I'll fucking do it. Nobody else is going to sit here and do it. I don't have anybody that'll sit and take that from me. And quite frankly, I don't want to send fucking 20 gigabyte fucking files to people all over the fucking world. I need somebody in fucking house. And I deserve it. And I'll fucking scream about it and fuck you for saying that I shouldn't. And that it somehow, that reflects poorly on me. Go fuck yourself. It reflects poorly on you because you're a fucking lazy loser who does nothing and knows nothing. I'm doing something. The fuck out of here. Keep your fucking opinions to your fucking self, loser. How about that? Not interested in your fucking opinions, lazy losers out there. What the fuck has your name on it, asshole? What? Put your name in a fucking search engine and see what the fuck comes up. You've done nothing. You've done nothing because you're a fucking lazy loser. And you're going to stay a fucking lazy loser. And I'll say it right to your fucking mouth. The fuck out of my face with your bullshit. I'm done with people, folks. I'm completely fucking done with people. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear fucking complaints. I don't want to hear fucking anybody's fucking bullshit fucking complaints. Keep it to your fucking self. No one asked you for it. I didn't solicit your fucking opinion. It's a shit opinion, and I didn't ask for it. Check out my channel at band.video. Band.video/channel/Mark-Passio. 2 videos up there. My natural law documentary and the part 1 of my natural law seminar. Parts 2 and 3 will follow this week. How to become the true media coming at us. If you're one of these fucking people who doesn't know anything about technology, who can't reach people online, who doesn't know how to formalize anything through media, who doesn't know how to publish anything, who doesn't know how to communicate on fucking line, this is the seminar you want to take, not to be a fucking Luddite, loser, lazy fucking person who does nothing, who doesn't put the fucking word out. If you don't understand that technology is a big part of freedom, you don't get what the fuck's going on in life, man. That's the bottom fucking line with all of it. If you can't communicate online and you can't spread the word, you're not part of the fucking solution. You don't know what the fuck's going on. You don't know what the answer is. You don't know what the fucking solution is. You don't even know what the fucking problem is. Learn the fucking problem is people's ignorance, and they gotta be reached, and they gotta be reached in a wide fucking way, online. And fucking start putting your fucking voice out publicly. Formalize the information and then put it out. No, people are fucking lazy fucking cowards. They don't want to do that. Stop being the fuck afraid to speak out. Fucking cowards. Cowards. Keep sitting still, sitting with your thumb up your ass, saying fucking nothing. Afraid to put your face on anything, afraid to put your fucking name on anything. Fucking coward. Coward. And the creator of the universe hates fucking cowards more than anything else. That's why he'll let the fucking evil Satanists win. He'll let the Satanists win and beat your ass. He'll let them beat all of our asses because it will let that eventuality happen. Because the universe and creation and the fucking underlining intelligence of all creation respects fucking courage. And they have it and we don't. Our side doesn't fucking have it and their side does. And that's why we're winning. They're winning. And that's why they'll continue to win and we'll continue to lose. Because we're cowardly fucking losers. And that's the fucking truth of the matter. I don't give a fuck what you think about it. You want to do something about it? Become a fucking winner. Become somebody who fucking tries. Become a fucking doer. Take this seminar and learn how to fucking put information out and become a fucking doer in life. Not a fucking talker and a fucking loser. That's the whole fucking problem of why shit stays the way it is. Dumb fucking losers. I'm gonna fucking vent. I'm gonna cathartically fucking vent for what I've gone fucking through to even put this fucking show together and put it on. I gotta deal with other motherfuckers' incompetence to even hit fucking start. Get your fucking loser act together, developers. Just fucking lazy bums. You're bums. Fucking bums. Lazy fucking bums. HowToBecomeTheTrueMedia.com is the website for the seminar. Learn how technology works so you're not a lazy fucking loser. So you're not a fucking Luddite that doesn't know how to fucking do anything in the modern fucking world. 23 weeks of instruction, and I'll get you there. I'll get you to being competent if you fucking pay attention. I'll get you there. Because I know what the fuck I'm doing. And the people who have taken the seminar can testify to that. They'll give testimony to that. And they'll see how I'll struggle with software, not because of me not knowing what I'm doing, losers, but because other people are incompetent at their fucking job. And that's what you gotta put up with, and you gotta fucking push through. That's it. I don't have a full fucking staff like some people with a lot of money. It's just me. And when a tech problem happens, I have to fucking fix it. I'm the fucking tech guy. I'm the philosophy person. I'm the fucking the deliverer of the information. I'm the tech person. I'm the business guy. That's it. What on earth is happening? Just about everything that runs here runs through me. I don't have a staff or a team. I have a couple people who come in and help me in an ancillary capacity, meaning with some physical things and with some organizational things. I can't delegate one task for the most part. For the most part. I'm not ragging on the people that do show up and help. You guys are doing your part. Thank you. Don't think I'm talking about you, because I'm not. I'm talking about all the people who have never fucking offered to even come and show up. All the people in this area who are just lazy fucking bums. And then some people will say, oh, I want to be free. I want to be free. You don't want shit. You don't want to be free. You'd be doing the requirements for freedom if you wanted to be free, and you're not. This is the problem, is that you don't understand the fucking requirements for what it is to be free. You think you know and you do not know. That's the fucking problem. You believe something that isn't true about what the requirements for freedom are. That's why I get so fucking frustrated and enraged, because I've been telling people what the requirements are to be free for 16 fucking years and nobody's listened. You're all stubborn fucking egotists. I was an easy case to break out of the ego and do the right fucking thing. You guys are calcified fucking diamond in your hard-headedness. And you want to insist that I'm fucking somehow wrong, and I'm not wrong. I've been saying exactly how it is and exactly how it works since day one, and I'm correct. You're wrong. You're wrong. Not me. Grow a fucking pair of balls, grow some fucking courage, speak out, put your face on something, put your name on something, learn how something fucking works. Fucking cowardly fucking losers. You got a problem with me saying it? Come and see me. You'll have a fucking problem. You don't want to be a fucking Luddite loser? Take How to Become the True Media, and you won't be a fucking know-nothing fucking loser with how to communicate in the modern fucking world. You'll be a person who's competent technically. I'll get you to that place of fucking basic technical competence where you're not afraid of every fucking thing. And you're not sitting there like, oh, I don't know how that works. That's what all you fucking losers are like. I'm done. I'm done, folks. I'm finished with you. I'm finished with you. If you couldn't fucking tell, I'm done with you. I'm done with my own audience. I'll burn this fucking show right to the fucking ground of the foundations. Because I'm just going to tell you how you lack. You're slackers, you're lackers. You lack in your fucking drive, you lack in your willpower, you lack in your knowledge, you lack in your skill sets, you lack in your courage, you're just fucking slacker shit. And I'm going to tell you that because nobody else will, because they just want your fucking views. I don't give a fuck. Don't donate. Don't watch. Shut it the fuck off. Shut the fucking show off. I'll rant the whole fucking show and not take a fucking call. It doesn't matter to me. You want to see my intensity step up every fucking week? I'll step it up every fucking week more and more. You're going to have to get it through your thick fucking skulls that you got to learn how to communicate in the modern world, dickheads. You don't get it because you're hard-headed fucking losers. And the people you are up against, they know infinitely more than you. They're infinitely more driven than you, and they're fucking murdering you. And you don't even give a fuck for all the future generations of children that are going to be raised under this tyranny. You don't even give a fuck. Fucking losers. No, rather than learn technology, you'll let future generations live in abject tyranny and slavery. God forbid should you grow a fucking pair of balls and fucking put your name and face on something and fucking speak out. That's what it's going to take to overturn this fucking tyranny, is moral speech. And you don't get it. You losers don't get it. And this is the proper emotional response to that fucking abject apathy and ignorance and laziness and cowardice. This is the right response, not your bullshit. This is the correct response. Because what you all are saying is, rather than learn something new that I'm uncomfortable with, I'd rather let slavery take over and rule the earth forever. What kind of piece of shit does that make you? You should look in the fucking mirror and think about it all day. And I'm right about what this entails. You're not. You want to say I'm wrong? Go fuck yourself. No, I am like a fucking 100% accurate actuary. That's what I am when it comes to these dynamics. I have studied them more than any other human being, and I know exactly what's happening. And I know exactly the requirements to undo it. Everybody out there is just too fucking hard-headed and dumb. Most of you are just fucking dumb. And that's the fucking problem. You're too fucking dumb to see the answer. That the answer is communication and speech, and it's wide speech. Not speech to your family, your neighbor, your friend. Yeah, you can still do that ancillarily, in addition to putting something out in a formalized and immortalized way. You have to speak publicly. You got to put your voice out. You got to put your face out. You got to put your name out. You got to be unafraid. And that's what it all is. It's all fucking fear. It's fear of learning something new. It's fear of all the fucking persistence it's going to take. It's fear of all the willpower it's going to take. It's fear of getting over the fucking fear of speaking, of letting your face be seen, letting your personality be seen. You're naked in front of the world. Yeah, you do have to shed that fear. It's a small fucking price to pay for defeating slavery, assholes. A small price to pay for defeating slavery, assholes. You ought to think on it and feel the shame that you should fucking feel. Feel it in your bones. I'm shaming you directly. I admit that that's what I'm doing. You should be shamed. You should be fucking ashamed of yourselves with where the world has gone and how you've allowed it to go there. You should be fucking ashamed of yourselves. Horribly. You should look in the mirror and you should feel that shame and you should weep uncontrollably for what you've allowed collectively. You don't want to be a fucking bum anymore? Take How to Become the Fucking True Media and stop being a fucking bum. Add your voice to the choir of fucking truth. Learn how to fucking really teach natural law online so that thousands and possibly hundreds of thousands of people get it. Think you're going to talk to your next door neighbor and you're going to change the fucking world. Please. The fuck over yourself and your own fucking ego. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That's the whole fucking problem, is that people are that dumb. That's what they believe is going to happen. 23 classes from Monday, July 10th to Monday, December 11th. Limited space available. Don't wait for the last minute to enroll. Enrollment will most likely fill up this year. Enrollment opens Saturday, April 1st, 2023. Enrollment will close on the 4th of July. One Great Work Network running strong with 72 content creators, just going great. Check it out. Running on the new video server. Thank you for the donations for allowing us to procure that new video server. It's working very well. OneGreatWorkNetwork.com. Again, there's a technology donation section at What on Earth is Happening donation gifts at gifts.whatonearthishappening.com. We've added this section right here in categories called technology donations. And how I word it, how I describe technology donations as part of What on Earth is Happening gifts is this is crowdsourced funding so that many hands can make for lighter work. And for items that are too expensive for one person to shoulder the burden for, we are going to crowdsource fund those more expensive items. Now, I'm going to tell you so far, I'm going to show you the new item that I put in there in a moment, in real time, on my web browser. But I want to tell you, so far, people have enabled me to purchase 2 new computers with this crowdsourced funding. So to you guys, thank you. It's very much appreciated that you are participating in the ancillary capacity of donating for items that I require to do the work that I do here. So again, people can make piecemeal donations from $50 to $500 for an item such as the new laptop. We got all the donations for the new laptop. So people have enabled me to get a new computer for One Great Work Network and a new laptop that I'm going to present on this year, live in person. So thank you for that. I'll show you that we raised those donations. Yes, next week on What on Earth is Happening, Logan Hart again this week. Brandon Martin was feeling sick and was not able to make it. We wish him a speedy recovery. Next week, Logan Hart. Let me just step out briefly from the presentation and let me go over to my web browser here. Great. And let's make this full screen. So this is donation gifts. I'll make it a little bit bigger. There we go. And you can see in the categories, there is technology donations. So I'll click on that. And then you can see this is the donation that was toward the MacBook Pro. And we have raised the full amount. Donation goal has been reached. Thank you very much to everybody who contributed. So I can have a new laptop this year for my in-person presentations. So thank you, everyone. Very much appreciated. We raised all the money for the MacBook Pro M2. We are not going to stop. I'll keep this up for another day and take that fully down tomorrow. I just wanted to put a thank you on there. And again, there's no donation. You can't donate anymore. I take after we raise the amount, I take the donation bar down and I just write a thank you on there for a few days. Then I'll remove it entirely. going back to categories and hitting tech donations, you'll see there's another item here. Donation toward Mac Studio for the What on Earth is Happening show. I absolutely am going to require a new streaming computer. So here's the description. Mark Passio needs a Mac Studio for producing and streaming the What on Earth is Happening weekly show. We've been having terrible technical difficulties with this older machine where it's throwing a kernel panic upon the show start. This is absolutely unacceptable. Software developers are a fucking joke in the modern day. I need to do another show. I think maybe in 3 weeks' time, if I'm, not busy moving, I'm going to do a show on the state of software 2023 because people need to be hounded with this. They need to hear it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again because they don't understand how this is connected to human freedom. If good software isn't available for content creators to put the word out about morality and natural law and the tyranny that is taking place in our world, we can't get the word out to the public. Don't you understand that? Is that so fucking difficult for you hard-headed fucks to understand? You don't grasp that if the world is going to be changed for the better, it's going to be done through the creation of moral content and placed online. Content that deals with morality, because morality is what the dynamic that's completely intertwined with the dynamic of human freedom. So if people don't make content about people behaving in a moral capacity, people are not going to understand what real morality is and how it's connected with freedom. Why do you think the world's in such a state of darkness and ignorance and abject tyranny and slavery? Because people don't understand the truth about morality, because not enough people have reached them with that true message of what objective morality is and what natural law is and how that completely determines what our level of freedom that we experience in the world is. You can't extrapolate that logically and understand the more people that are teaching that in a wide-scale way, the more we're moving toward a society that's based in freedom because it's based in morality. You can't fucking extrapolate that logically. No, that's the problem, is that most people can't because they're dumb. They're dumb. They don't have the IQ. They don't have the intellectual acumen to be able to extrapolate that truth logically. They don't have the logic circuits for it. And that's why I require this Mac Studio. This is going to provide the external logic circuits so I can take the internal logic circuits of my mind and get it out there online. You get it? And for anybody complaining that I'm asking for donations for this, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself if you don't think I have every fucking right to ask people to help crowdsource fund this. Go fuck yourself. Loser. You are a fucking do-nothing loser. That is the answer when people say, nobody should ever ask for money for anything. Go fuck yourself, you do-nothing loser. What the fuck have you done? Put your name in a fucking search engine. You are a do-nothing fucking loser that has never taught anybody one thing worth teaching. That's the real answer. And you see, that's what this show is going to move more and more and more and more toward, is placing the burden upon you. The burden's not upon me. The burden is upon you. I'm going to shift all of the fucking focus, all of the blame, all of the shaming upon you, because the people out there who are still doing nothing, you're the fucking problem with the world. If you haven't taught anybody anything about morality, you're the problem with the world. If you don't know true objective morality under natural law, and you believe in religious morality, you're the fucking problem with the world. If you believe government is legitimate, you're the fucking problem with the world. If you haven't put yourself out publicly, you're the fucking problem with the world. If you just believe you're going to sit and talk to people who you happen to come into contact with face to face, and you're going to affect real change in the world, you're delusional. You are a delusional fuck. And you do not understand how the dynamic of really changing things works, and it involves learning technology. It involves making content. It involves putting that content out online so thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and potentially millions of people can hear your words. And if you don't understand that, you still don't understand anything that I've ever taught in what on earth is happening. Go back and listen to the podcast over again in order. This is the whole problem, is that people believe that they've heard what I've said. And if you are not actively reaching out to other people in a wide-scale way, you haven't heard a word I've said. I don't give a fuck what your level of fucking, what is going on in your life. I don't care how many kids you have. I don't care how many jobs you have. I don't care if you're traumatized. It doesn't fucking matter. It's all excuses. It's all excuses. You have time. You have fucking time. You have resources. You can allocate some time and some resources to do this in some capacity. The real answer is you're a lazy fucking coward and you're a fucking bum because you don't have the fucking skills. And I'll say that right to the people who might even potentially donate to me. You get offended by that? Go fuck yourself. I don't care. Don't donate, loser. That's it. It doesn't fucking bother me. I'm doing what's right. I'm doing what I'm charged to do by creation. You're not. Who gives a fuck what happens to me? Whether I end up homeless in the fucking street, it doesn't fucking matter because I did what was right and you didn't. And the Creator's going to judge us all based on those actions. Not whether you're super nice to everybody. Oh, you got to say things with such a loving, sweet voice. No, that's what the fucking Satanists are doing, to reel you into everything they want you to buy into and do. I'm giving it to you straight. I'm telling you your inadequacy straight out because I care. Because I actually want to see you do what's right. Because I actually want to see you garner the favor of creation and get that shielding and that protection and that fucking providence. That's called actually really caring about somebody when you're harsh like that upon them. And believe me, I'm talking to millions and millions of people who are still inactive. Well, if you're still not active, but you want to help in a resource-based capacity, I need this machine. And believe me, folks, I'm only putting 4,000 here because that's the only one that I can show you. I really need one. Let me show you what I really need configured. And again, I may not even get to calls. Whatever happens, happens. I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about. This is my fucking show. And if I get to calls, I get to calls. Okay? Maybe we do a call-in show another time. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I want to show you the actual machine I truly do need to get. Give me a moment. So I'll make a new tab here, and let's go to Apple's site. And I'm going to, and the other people say, why would you buy Apple? That's where my workflow is invested. That's where all my document creation is invested. It's the operating system I want to use. It's the operating system I'm comfortable on. You can use whatever fucking operating system you want. In How to Become the True Media, I tell people you can go and learn Linux if you want. You can learn Windows. You can learn Mac. It's all conceptual ideas that have to be understood. It has nothing to do with platform. I'm platform agnostic. I happen to like working on the Mac OS. I like the Mac OS better than Windows. I like the Mac OS better than Linux. It is my choice. It's not your fucking choice. It doesn't make a difference who the manufacturer is. Every manufacturer has evil practices. You're not going to escape that. You're not escaping that buying hardware and then installing Linux on it. Give me a fucking break. You don't think slave labor made the fucking computers that run Linux too? Get the fuck over your fucking loser ass ego. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about, all you losers that harp on this shit. I think Apple is evil. I did a whole fucking show calling fucking Tim Cook Hitler. And he is. He is a fucking rotten, dirty fucking Nazi prick. But I'm going to take their weaponry and I'm going to use it against them. I'm going to take what they've made that they're using as fucking weapons and I'm going to use it against them, just like the fucking AK-47. It's the only good thing the communists ever fucking made, and we'll use it against the fucking communists if we have to. We'll use it against the tyrants of all persuasions, left, right, center, and otherwise, if it comes down to that. You know? So what? I can't own an AK because it was made by commies? Who gives a fuck? It's a tool. That's what you got to understand, losers who think that, oh, a tool is evil. Oh, all symbology is evil. All occult is evil. No, it's a tool, you fucking loser. That's why you don't know how your masters are beating your fucking ass. Because you're ignorant of the occult. You're ignorant of symbology. You're ignorant of that language. And you think it's all evil, and you don't understand it's a tool, and you could use it just like they use it. I'm going to use a Mac OS platform as a fucking tool for the dissemination of my knowledge. This is the kind of dumb shit I hear and deal with from people. People are just so painfully fucking dumb. You're such painfully dumb fucking losers that your mother, if she was ever even to fuck around, had to continuously drop you on your head like in a cartoon, like grabbing you from the ankle and just banging your head into the ground like a fucking hammer. Literally. Somebody ought to fucking make a fucking, animated gif or something of that, of a mother, a crackhead mom with her baby by the ankle just banging their fucking head into the ground like a fucking jackhammer. You know? Because that's what I think people did to a lot of the people who fucking ever even speak to me. That's how fucking painfully fucking dumb you are. You're fucking... They're just fucking retarded. And again... The tarded are gonna tard. That's it. That's all it comes down to. Tarded gonna tard. And that's what I'm basically dealing with every day. I don't want to hear from you people. Stop talking to me. You're dumb. I'm not. I'm not like you. I know what's going on. I know what the solution is. I know how to implement the solution. You don't. You're dumb. Don't talk to me. Keep it to your fucking self or say it to your other loser fucking tarded friends. I don't want to hear your bullshit. Here's the computer I actually really need. Let me see if I can get to this. So this is the Mac Studio. I'm going to hit buy here. And these are the two base models, the M1 Max and the M1 Ultra. So if I select this one, this is the base price. I can't show you the config that I want through a link. So let me see if I can make this clear. I see this link right here, Mac Studio, that's showing you what I want. So people can see, yes, it does cost $4,000. But I can't custom configure it and then give a link. I can only give a link to the base model. Okay? Hopefully that is understood. Again, these are the two base models. I can't give you a link to a custom configured model that I actually want to buy. I can only give a link to the base model. So I'll wait till we raise money for the base model, and then I'll put more of my own money in for the config that I really want, which I'll show you what that is. This is the configuration I actually want. So I'll probably keep it with this processor. I don't know if I need to go up $1,000 for that one, but I'll definitely maximize the RAM, and I'm going to double the storage. I don't need 4 or 8 in there. 2 will suffice for what I need, and I don't need any software. So this is the actual price down here. $5,199 that of the base configuration that I need. I can't link to that though. Okay, so if I did decide to maximize the processor, that will add $1,000 and take it up to $6,200. Okay, down here at the bottom. Sorry, right there. So that is probably the computer I'm going to buy for the What on Earth is Happening show. At the very least, I'll buy this one. So I don't know whether I'm going to bump this processor up to a 64-core GPU or not. This one will probably suffice at a 48-core GPU. This is the one that I got. This is actually what I bought for the One Great Work Network. We raised $4,000. I put the additional $1,200 in myself. I'll probably do this configuration for the What on Earth is Happening Mac Studio. So I'm just showing you that that's the actual configuration I'll be buying versus what I'm linking to. I can only link to this base configuration. Okay? As far as I know, that's all you can link to on Apple. All right, so there's the new item, donation toward a Mac Studio for the What on Earth is Happening show, and you can pick a donation from $50 to $500. And again, for the people who say, oh, you go through all these announcements, that's right, and it'll happen every fucking week for as long as I want to talk about it. It's not your show, you don't like it, shut it the fuck off. So let's go back here. Let me go back to my slides. All right, next week on What on Earth is Happening, Logan Hart, looking forward to talking with him. I think we're going to have a show about objective truth and truth versus perception. It should be a very interesting topic. So looking forward to speaking to Logan next week. I'll try to reschedule Brandon Martin for 2 weeks. Hopefully we can bring him onto the show in 2 weeks' time. And then again, I need to do a whole other show on software and software development and the state of software in the year 2023 and why it matters. Because people still don't understand this shit. They still don't get it. After all I've been harping on it, they don't listen. They don't conceive of it. Because what they think solutions are so wildly off from what real solutions are that that's the entirety of the problem. Their mind runs rampant with what they believe the solution is. And they can't conceive of what the real solution is because they haven't logically thought it through in a solid logical progression through the trivium. They haven't thought that progression through. I'm going to basically tell people one of the reasons people can't think on that level in this presentation. When you understand that the sides in World War II came together and shook hands behind America's back and said, first thing we got to do is get rid of these pesky fucking Americans and their guns. And we got to destroy their education system. We got to destroy their family unit. We have to make them weak cowards. We have to make them people with no fucking skills. Destroy all industry. Destroy work ethic, destroy basic common sense, destroy morality. And they did every single one of those tasks. They set their mind to it, and then they did it with their willpower, and they fucking accomplished it. The Nazis and the communists shook hands after so-called World War II ended. It never really truly ended. We're in a continuation of it. And they said, we're going to annihilate the one thing that stands in the path of the religion that sits behind, thrown behind both of our masks. The Nazis and the communists. All the same religion, all the same people at the very highest levels, just running two psyop operations to get people polarized and fighting each other, just like Democrat versus Republican, conservative versus labor, all the dumb fucking tards that believe in all this bullshit, all of these polarizing dialectics. Just dumb as hammers, unstudied in the occult, don't know anything about the occult or the origins of where all of the institutions of our society based in occult knowledge, based in occult think tanks and occult institutions. I'm going to just burst all of that knowledge out there in this presentation, in this seminar. This is a seminar. It's an all-day presentation, so it's like the natural law seminar. We'll be doing this in 3 parts. We have a general schedule. Okay, I think doors are going to open at 9. We're going to start at 10. Probably around. Let me see if I could even bring this up, and I'll read it to you. Because I really want to let people know more about this. I'll post the information and the schedule this week for sure. So let's see. Give me a moment. Give me one moment. I'm going to just bring up the schedule. Again, this is Two Masks, Same Face, The Dark Occult Origins of Nazism and Communism, an all-day seminar taking place Saturday, September 30th, 2023 at the Hightstown Engine Company #1 in Hightstown, New Jersey. Just bear with me, folks, and I'll give you the schedule of the day. Bringing it up on my streaming computer. Let's see, I hope I can find it. If not, I'll have to just draw it up again. All right, so if I think it through, I could probably remember. I'm scrolling through the discussion where I posted it. Just give me a moment. I want to find it personally, so I'm going to find it and read it. Okay, so we're going to begin at 10 a.m., and we're going to do a morning session that's going to be 2.5 hours. So it'll go 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. will be lecture session #1 for this all-day presentation. Then we will break for lunch for an hour and a half from 12:30 to 2. We'll then have a 3-hour lecture session from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. will be part 2 of Two Masks, Same Face. And then we will break for from 5 o'clock to 6:30 for dinner, another hour and a half break. And then we'll come back in at 6:30 to 9 p.m., another 2.5 hour session for lecture session #3, and if time permits, question and answer session. After that, there will be a retirement to a private after party. And information will be forthcoming on that. I'm not going to announce that just yet. But there will be a private after party after we leave the main lecture hall. There will be, I believe, about 2 blocks walk from the main area. So we'll be able to have a private after session, and people can continue discussion after 9 p.m., from 9 p.m. on. I'm going to probably price the tickets at $60 for a donation to attend. It'll be a private donation for a private invite. We are entirely labeling this event a private event. So it's a private donation in return for a private invite to attend. In other words, the event is not technically open to the public. If you make a private donation to attend, and again, those are going to be handled on gifts. Don't just send the donation. Like when I open invites, they will be available on donation gifts as an item. You donate for that, and then we'll have you on the register, and you could just come and, check in that day. So there'll be no actual physical tickets, and I'm probably going to set a donation at $60 to attend this. That's what I'm thinking. I have to fully calculate all of the costs and everything and make sure that's what we're going to set it at, but I believe that's what we will set it at. Okay? Very reasonable for an all-day seminar. 3 sessions, 2 2.5 hour sessions, and 1 3-hour session. So this is going to be an 8-hour seminar. 8 hours of instruction with 2 breaks. So 8 hours of lecture with 2 breaks. 1 break for lunch, 1 break for dinner. Then we can go somewhere else for a private after party. Okay? So, really looking forward to Two Masks, Same Face coming up in September. It's going to be one of my greatest works that I've put out. Second Wednesday happy hour. Every second Wednesday of the month. Don't Tread on Philly. Great group. This is a social meetup for people who are concerned about the loss of freedom in their lives. Come on out every second Wednesday, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at The Dive on East Passio Avenue in Philadelphia, in South Philly. Always free to attend. For more information, don'ttreadonphilly.com, or you can visit the Don't Tread on Philly Facebook group. So the next one is going to be coming up. Next one will be coming up on March 8th. March 8th will be the next Don't Tread on Philly happy hour in South Philadelphia. So if you're in the Philly area, come on out and join us. The last two were just fantastic events. Really having a good time at these. Great people showing up, great discussions happening. Let's move on. The IPFS project going strong. In the middle of setting up my second node. The first node is online, looking good. And the second node will be probably going online by the end of this coming week. I've been so busy, folks, like just non-stop work, non-stop what I do behind the scenes that people never even see, you know? And it's tiring and it's frustrating. Not to have help with it is very frustrating too. You know, and it really wouldn't be much skin off people's back to learn how to do something and come over for a few hours a week. It wouldn't be that much. They just don't want to do it. That's all it comes down to. People don't want to put any skin in the game. They don't want to make any real effort. They want to make bullshitty effort that they think is, quote, effort, and do whatever they want to do. That's the real answer. It's the real answer. It's sad. It's bullshit. It's frustrating. And it doesn't matter how much I say it. It's never going to change because we don't have a winning team. That's all it really comes down to. I'm not doing this to expect to win. I'm doing this because this is what I know to be right. That's it. That's it. What we have can never beat the people that we're up against. Never happen. It cannot occur based on where it is now. That can change. If we change our effort, then maybe we can beat them. But based on where the effort is now, forget change happening. It's impossible. It is not possible according to the laws of nature for change to happen. We are going to go into deeper and deeper and deeper slavery. Get used to it. It's because of your lack of effort. It's because of this actual listening audience's lack of effort. I'm going to be the harshest and most vicious in my words to the people who listen to what I have said, because I've told you what needs to be done and you haven't done it. The overwhelming vast majority of you haven't done it, and you are complicit in the evil that continues to reign over humanity because of your inaction. Don't give me the bullshit, you're all fucking good people. You want to sit back on your lazy asses and not learn and not do anything and not contribute and think things are going to fucking change, and you're all delusional losers. And go fuck yourself and turn it off. I don't care. I'm still saying what's true, motherfucker. You're not doing what's right and the true right thing to do. You're sitting back thinking you could be anonymous. You're sitting back thinking that you don't have to get involved. You're sitting back thinking you don't need to put skin in the game. You're sitting back thinking you don't need to sacrifice, and you still delusionally believe you can win. You're fucking losers. You're losers. You're delusional losers, and you're gonna lose. And I'm not saying that because I just hate people. I don't like you. I'm a miserable fucking person. I'm saying it because it's true. These are the dynamics regarding the requirements for beating the Satanists. If you want to beat the dark occultists, if you want to beat the fucking slave masters, if you want to beat the social engineers, if you want to beat the fucking people who are the real ruling elite of this society, and you want to be truly free, there are requirements, that there are specific requirements that are attached to that outcome. And all you guys out there do, is you pay lip service to say, I want freedom. I want freedom. I want that to happen. I want that to manifest. And you're delusional, loser, do-nothing people that just say you want reality to change, but you do nothing to change it. That's what losers do. Losers talk shit and then don't do. I don't talk shit and don't do. I may talk shit, but I'm a doer. I do everything I say I'm going to fucking do. Some of it may take a little longer than other things because I have so many things on the spinning so many fucking plates all day. Spinning plates. That's what I do. Run around spinning fucking plates. If you don't know what that means because you haven't ever seen a plate spinning act, it's guys who spin plates on a fucking stick and try to get a bunch of them spinning all at the same time. It's an old fucking gag, you know. People don't even get the reference anymore. But that's all I do, you know, metaphorically. I spin plates all day, technologically. I can barely get to the bulk of the actual philosophical work that I need to be doing because I don't have any fucking help in here. And again, when I say I don't have any help, I am not saying there is no one helping me. I'm saying I don't have hardcore technological help. Any technological thing that truly needs to be done, I have to do. I have to do it or oversee it myself. There are a couple of people who help in certain capacities remotely with some technological help. But the vast, overwhelming technological tasks are done in my office during the course of any given day. And I'm the person that needs to do it. There's a problem with an interface on the server. I can't bring this up. I can't launch this. I have to go in and fix it. I can't tell somebody else. There's nobody I can tell, hey, that's not working. Can you go in there and fix it? No one would be able to do it. I'm the only one with the knowledge to how to fix a problem when a problem happens. And problems happen because software developers don't do their jobs right. You know, we got 2 nodes online. One I'm even struggling to keep up. Because software is written like shit. Computers are not powerful enough to even run a lot of the software programs that are out because of the way they're written. Anyway, if you're interested in the IPFS project for What on Earth is Happening to make my information censorship proof, you need 200 megabits of bandwidth on your internet connection in the upload direction. So if you don't have that, you can't do the IPFS project, at least not the way I want to do it. You can do it however you want, but you can't get involved in the official IPFS project. I'm not going to, folks, if you don't understand why that is, like, you just are not intelligent enough to grasp what I do. I'm not going to sit there and try to make remote fucking connections to a machine that I'm going to be, it's got a 50 megabit connection and it's going to be lagging and I'm going to be sitting there for doing something that should take 5 minutes and it's going to take 4 hours. I'm not doing that. It needs to be efficient. It needs to work. You need heavyweight bandwidth in order to do stuff like this, especially since I'm going to be controlling the machine from where I'm at. People never even take things like that into consideration because they're dumb. They're dumb. They're unstudied. They have no clue what anything involves. That's the problem. Like, why can't I just have a 79 megabit connection? Because we need the connection for sending files to the internet, plus I'm going to be remoting in and doing things on the computer. You don't grasp that. This is the whole point, is that people don't see the things that I'm able to see. That's the problem. Then they want to say, there's a problem with me for saying that this is what's required. No, you just don't fucking see it. Don't you get that? If you really became truly holistically intelligent, you would be competent enough to see these things. They wouldn't just slip your fucking attention and your awareness. You'd be aware of what the requirements are. It works like that with technology, and it works like that with life, too. Again, the How to Become the True Media seminar is not just a technology seminar, it's a life skill seminar. Let me say that again. How to Become the True Media is not just a technology seminar, it is a life skill seminar. You will learn life skills that your parents never fucking taught you. in this seminar. You know, that should have been the responsibility of a parent teaching a child that didn't happen. And I'll teach you those life skills that you need to be effective in the world, to be a fucking game changer and an actual player, a person in the arena, instead of a couch potato with your thumb up your ass. The IPFS project lets people that don't host content themselves host my content. You'll host my content, you'll put it on the IPFS network, you'll act as a node to keep the information up online, distributed throughout the whole network, the IPFS decentralized network and distributed network, and you'll make it censorship proof. If you want to take part in it for a preliminary requirements, fill out the form at whatonearthishappening.com/IPFS. If you want to call in today, whatonearthishappening.com/call. Again, callers should be aware I'm taking questions and clarifications on anything I've covered on What on Earth is Happening, but please try to refrain from asking me to just repeat what I've already said. If you want clarification on something that I've said that I didn't flesh out enough or you didn't quite grasp and understand, that's what I want questions on. So let's not make this a repeat fest. Let's make this an insightful call show where people ask for actual clarification on the philosophy. And it'll be an awesome rest of the show for the next 45 minutes or so. The ARC 2.0 is still available. I'm copying them every single day, folks. whatonearthishappening.com/ARC. Thank God people are at least thirsty for this knowledge. And you'll get it with the ARC offer. Okay, 26,000 audio files, 9,500 digital books, 3,400 digital videos, all on one storage drive that you provide, whether it's a hard disk drive or a solid state drive, that's up to you. You send the drive to me, I'll fill it up and send it back to you. whatonearthishappening.com/ARC for the shipping instructions. Fill out the form and you'll get the PDF for the shipping instructions. Please respectfully follow the shipping instructions. They are as rigid as they are to protect your own property and to make the process streamlined for me because I'm doing a lot of these. See, that's the thing. People don't think about it. They think it's like I'm only dealing with you. A lot of people think about it that way. What do I have to do all these things, Mark? Because I just want to throw something in an envelope and slap a stamp on it. And it's like, you don't understand how many problems go wrong if you just do things haphazardly. I have a workflow procedure that keeps this error and trouble free if you follow it. And then I don't need to take time out of my fucking day to handle the problem that you created by shipping it all fucked up. Don't you get that? No, because people can't extrapolate. Because they haven't thought those things through logically. If you tried to deal with thousands of people sending things to you and you shipping them back to them, you would need a solid workflow to do that, where it's made into a process that works, that it's streamlined and it just works and there's no problems with it. If everybody just does anything they fucking want, do you know how many problems I end up with on my end? That I got to get on the phone. I got to call UPS or FedEx or DHL or whoever. I got to talk to them. You know, they got to track down a delivery person if something's fucking broken or fucked up. If things are lost because people didn't send me the right kind of label or customs document. You don't understand how many things could go wrong, and do you know why? Most people have never fucking done one fucking task in their entire fucking lazy lives. You've never fucking packed a box. You've never shipped an item. You've never received anything. You've never received any shipping items. Most people have done nothing. They're do-nothing people. That's why they don't see what somebody like myself, who's getting hundreds of these fucking things, deals with. How I need to keep up with a workflow, or I'll have packages lined up out my fucking door. You don't even think about that because you're selfish. You don't think about that. That's what the people who don't really follow the instructions, they're just selfish, non-thinking, non-caring fucking people. And I don't care. You can say a million fucking reasons for it. Oh, you had a bad upbringing. Oh, your mother abused you. Your father abused you. You were on drugs. You were traumatized. You were in war. I don't give a fuck. I don't care about any of those fucking reasons. Do you know how to fucking read the English fucking language? You read the fucking document. You follow the instructions like a fucking respectful human being. And again, I shouldn't need to ever harp on that. I should never even need to say anything. But I want people to understand the inadequacies of other human beings, because then you'll know what your work is to do. You need to transform them into competent beings who can extrapolate things on their own without having to act like an asshole first and then have to be told, do you know why it's not appropriate to do that? I shouldn't need to say that to anybody. It's called basic decency and respect for other human beings other than yourself, you satanic fuck. That's what Satanism is. You don't give a fuck about what anybody else deals with or goes through. I've gone through plenty of fucking trauma. I'm not asking people to fucking deal with me creating hardship in their fucking lives. I don't create hardship in other people's lives. I'm trying to alleviate the hardships in people's lives by helping them not to create self-inflicted suffering, by teaching them moral philosophy, and also teaching them about how to build themselves up as a human being. And then people go, oh, no, these aren't the hallmarks of a teacher screaming at people and telling them how fucking inadequate they are. Yeah, they are. You've bought into some new age bullshit. I did it nicely for many years, motherfucker. Go back to the early shows. I'm a guy wearing a fucking mask on my face, being that nice, to try to fucking be nice and respectful to fucking people. And I was a naive fuck because that accomplished nothing. That accomplished nothing. When I got tough and intense on people, a lot more got done. Everybody thinking nicety is going to get you what you want. You're a delusional new ager. It doesn't fucking work like that because you've never tried to really fucking do something this hard. You've done little bullshit ancillary nonsense that doesn't fucking matter in the real world and in real life. Little shit that you want. Try doing the great work and doing it with a shit-eating grin and a nice smile. That's who I was, wearing a fucking mask, not being my genuine self. This is my genuine self, not the guy back on podcast number 1 and 2. Get the fuck over it. All the people, I like Mark a lot better in the early podcasts. Shut the fuck up. That was a dude play acting. That wasn't me. This is me. This is me. Being my genuine fucking self, telling people what fucking morons they are. Because that's the truth. I was nice to you enough to get you to fucking listen, get you to keep going through the fucking material, and then I'm taking the fucking velvet glove off and the iron fist's coming the fuck out. That's the problem, is that everybody wants to just keep demanding more, demanding more, demanding more. Stop demanding more and you fucking do something, loser. That's the answer. That's the real fucking answer. For donations for hard copies of DVDs, flash drives, my whole complete collection drive, technology donations, t-shirts, coasters, stickers, keychains, buttons, got tons of stuff here. Gifts.whatonearthishappening.com. Get gifts for other people. You know, even if you know how to download something from my website, go pick up a flash drive or a DVD for a family member. You know, folks, like I said, I may not be able to run What on Earth is Happening that much longer if people don't donate through gifts. If you don't get items through gifts, my operation is going to be very hard to sustain based on the money the resources that it costs, the electrical bills, you know, the internet bill, having to even, procure items like order t-shirts and drives and all kinds of things. There's a lot of resources that go into this. And people don't see that, and they just think I can continue to just fund this forever. And I'm telling you, the store has been doing pretty poorly, and it needs to pick up, or I can't continue to do this. So I'm just putting that out there. If you want to make a straight donation to the What on Earth is Happening and One Great Work Network causes, whatonearthishappening.com/donate. I still think there's one or two items on the technology donation list. I'll have to check that after the show. And 9 cryptos you can donate through, check, money order, etc. That's all my event announcements. Let's go to the phone lines. Give me a moment. Let's put that there while we take calls. Okay, let's hear from Christopher. Christopher, you're live on What on Earth is Happening. Welcome to the show.
Can you hear me, Mark?
Yes, we can. Go right ahead.
I was trying to think of something to clarify on. The best thing I could think of is I remember hearing you talk about anarchy and freedom being the same thing. But at the same time, I've thought of it as Larkin Rose put it in his book, The Most Dangerous Superstition, that anarchy is reality.
True.
In terms of no one has a legitimate right to rule over anyone
Correct.
else. However, slavery can still exist. I guess my clarification point is that anarchy being reality, but freedom is the lighter side of the overall light side of what anarchy is.
Yeah, I never use the word anarchy in the negative sense of chaos, lawlessness. That's a psyop mind control technique to get people not to understand what anarchy actually means. It comes from the Greek. The prefix a or an means the lack of or the absence of, and the noun archos archon means ruler or master, as in the ruler over a subject or the master over a slave. It does not mean master in a sense of I've mastered something that is difficult, like martial arts or technology or something like that. It does not mean a skilled master. It means a master who claims to own another person. That's what archos archon means. There are different words in Greek for someone who is a skilled master at something, who has mastered a technique or an art form. That word is not archos archon in Greek. Archos archon has the specific connotation of being someone who owns another person, a master who owns a slave, a ruler who owns his subjects, and his subjects must obey his commands. That is what archos means in the ancient Greek language. So, yes, the absence of rulers is the natural condition. It is the actual natural state. Larkin Rose is correct regarding that. And we have worked ourselves into the condition by which we have rulers. That is a condition. It is not the natural state. Freedom is also the natural state. We have been given free will by the creator of the universe. That is the natural state. Unfortunately, what we have done with our free will has created the conditions that have led to slavery and tyranny. And that's the unwise use of the gift of free will. The Creator is not going to step in and clean that up for us, because the Creator has given us that gift out of love. And it's not going to say, I'm going to clean your mess up for you. It's going to say, you're going to have to learn how to clean up your own mess. God helps those who help themselves.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And free will, I mean, and you got people out there that are claiming that free will
Imagine
doesn't
that.
exist, even though they use free will to try to come up
Imagine
with the
that.
experiments.
We did a social experiment where it was at least 1/4 of people gave the answer in the social experiment. At least 25, it might have been a little higher than 25, said free will doesn't exist. I mean, I cannot even believe that there are people out there that think like that. They're lunatics. They're absolute lunatics in their illusion, in their delusion. They're delusional, and they exist in the land of illusion. They can't see that they're in a state of spiritual illusion, where the wool has completely been pulled over their eyes, and they do not know how reality functions at all. You know, so these are the kind of questions that I am looking for. Basic clarification. I hope I made it very clear. You know, they're essentially the same thing. Anarchy means no rulers, no masters. Yeah, what would people say in a word association game? You go out on a street corner and say, I'm doing a word association game. Absolutely no rulers over you, no masters. You have no masters and no rulers over you. What's everybody going to say? Freedom is going to be the word that they're going to come back with, unless they're ultra brainwashed, and then they'll go lawlessness, chaos. You know, they actually believe people need.
You can't have everybody just doing whatever they want.
Imagine, God forbid. You know, I mean, imagine that people believe slavery needs to be present. Could you imagine being that much of a soulless, black-hearted husk of a being? Imagine. Like, this is one of the things I wake up every day being thankful for. People say, you should be grateful, you should be thankful. Oh, I am. I'm very grateful and thankful. I wake up simultaneously being ultra thankful and very depressed about what's not present in many ways. Simultaneously. You could be both. And I am both. I wake up feeling thankful. I'm thankful I'm not as dumb as almost all the other motherfuckers on this planet. That's the first thing I thank the Creator for every day. Thank you that I have developed the intelligence that I have developed, because I was a dumb motherfucker in my youth. I was dumb just like these other motherfuckers. I was stubborn, hard-headed, dumb as a fucking brick, dumb as a bag of fucking bricks. Okay? And I worked myself out of that condition through hard work, effort, and total persistence and never giving up and pressing forward with the knowledge. That was hard-won knowledge. And now I'm not dumb anymore. A person who is dumb and or maybe even has some aptitude for intelligence, but unfortunately is still in the condition of being dumb, can change that over time. It's work, but it can be changed. So I thank the Creator every day that I went from being a stubborn, dumb fuck to being an actual holistic, intelligent being. I give thanks for that every single day. That's number one that I give thanks for. Number two, I give thanks that I'm in the position that I'm doing the right thing. And other people are not. They're not active in doing the right thing. I feel sorry for people like that. And simultaneously, I look at the inadequacies of people. I look at how dumb they are. I look at how unmotivated they are. I look at how fucking apathetic and lazy they are. And I just say, I want all those things to manifest in them. The things that I find are woefully inadequate in the world are with other people. But the problem is my freedom is tied to those people. My freedom and your freedom is tied to others. We are none of us islands of 100% solitude. We are tied to others in our freedom. As the aggregate of the beings in our society become moral and do moral behavior and support only moral behavior and do not support and condone immoral behavior, we are going to become freer people. that's tied to their thoughts and behavior. This is why people go, oh, you can't control that. You can't determine how anybody else thinks or behaves. Wrong. I can influence it, and others can influence it as well. If other people didn't put the information into the world that I learned from and I grew from, I would still be that ignorant fucking black-hearted Satanist that I was back in the early and mid-90s. That people don't understand. I was transformed through other people putting their knowledge out into the world in a formal capacity, through books, through videos, through audio. It didn't happen magically. It didn't just happen because I suddenly made a decision one day I want to be a good person. It happened because other people kept speaking the fucking truth to me that I didn't want to fucking hear. And I just kept taking it in. That's the issue, is that at least I was open-minded enough to keep taking it in and keep saying, I need to look at this. I need to weigh this. I need to weigh this against what I currently think and decide, am I actually correct or am I wrong? And I had to say over and over and over again, I was wrong. I was wrong. I'm the one who's wrong. I'm the one who's fucked up. I'm the fucking asshole. The problem is other people won't do that process. They want to sit and stay exactly put and not move and stay where they're at and not make any progress. And then I'm the bad guy because I'm the petty tyrant trying to push them forward for their own fucking good. And these are the people who are saying to me every fucking day, I want freedom. I know I'm enslaved. I know you're enslaved. I know we're all enslaved and I want to be free. They'll say that with their voice. And then I tell them, this is what is required to manifest that condition. And they're not hearing it. Or they believe they're right and I'm wrong and I'm not correct. I'm correct about all the other stuff I talk about. But I'm just not correct about the requirements for freedom, don't you know? You see? This is what the ego does. The ego finds the thing that it doesn't want to be true. Again, one of the most powerful quotes from Travis Walton. The biggest problem I've realized that everywhere in the world is people obsessively filter information through the screening mesh of what they want and don't want to be true. One of the most powerful quotes I've ever fucking heard. And that's exactly what people do. They filter what comes in through a screening mesh of the mind and say, I don't want that to be true. Mark just said the requirement for freedom is that I'm going to have to put information out into the world myself. I'm going to have to be part of that team of people. I'm going to have to be part of the people who are all speaking the truth to everybody else so everybody hears it and can't get away from it. I have to be part of the new form of media that reaches people with the truth of morality. I don't want that to be true. So fuck that. Mark must be wrong about that. You don't understand? That's how people think. This is what we need to change. You need to hear the truth and accept it. Not because I said it. It has nothing to do with me. It's still true. It doesn't matter who speaks it. The answer is putting information out into the world. How did the world get worked into the condition that it is now? All of the bad people commanded people to speak untruths, and they paid them to do it. That's called the regular mainstream media. And then they speak untruths to people. They write it down in magazines, newspapers, books, put it online, put it on TV, and everybody fucking eventually believes total bullshit. That's how it worked to get people into the condition of slavery, through media. The media put people into the condition of slavery by putting the bad information into their mind. That's why I call my operation How to Become the True Media. They're not the real media. They're the fake satanic fucking media, the paid off, bought fucking prostitute media that's only lying to people. The true media is who I'm trying to fucking train to put the correct information out into the world so that the world changes for the better. How do you expect it to work any other way? How could it possibly work any other way? And this is what people are not hearing. They're not hearing. They want to insist the answer is something different in their own fucking minds because they themselves don't want that to be true. That's the truth of the matter. And I'm correct regarding it. And this is what we have to get people past somehow. We got to get people past that somehow. Christopher, thank you so much for the call. Great points. Let's move on and hear from Vivian. Vivian, you're live on What on Earth is Happening. Welcome.
Hey, Mark. How you doing? Long time.
Not too bad. I'm a little bit fired up, but I'm still pressing forward, and I still think we can actually turn this around, or I wouldn't do anything. It's going to be a very long haul and a very, very, very hard task to reverse where we're headed. We're headed toward very dark times unless we turn things around in consciousness and behavior very, very quickly.
Yeah, and you're very right to ask everybody to do their part and speak up. And it's not easy because people do beat your head and leave you, and you're left without friends. And it's not
then they were
path.
never friends to begin with. See, I tell people like that, you are only under the illusion that you had friends. They were never friends. If they oppose the truth when you speak it, and if you are actually speaking the truth and you're correct, and they oppose it, you have to look in your mind and think about it from the perspective. I never had these people as my friends. I only believed that was true when it was actually not true. So I never lost a friend. Anybody who's a real friend stuck by me. Anybody who went by the wayside was never a friend to begin with.
Well, it's like people are just really afraid, I think. And, they have to choose between you and the other friends that are all on that other boat, right? And so they have to make a choice, and that's the choice they make, But I had a question, and it was, that we were talking about truth. How are you dealing? So I'm pretty active on my little turf of the world, and just doing things, meetings and talking and creating things, and looking for solutions for pretty esoteric problems like EMFs and things like that. Researching a lot, looking into weird stuff like plasma and things like, just kind of trying to wrap around my head or how to, at least neutralize a lot of these kind of silent weapons that they're being used against us. Of course, we are the main tool, the main weapon, because our frequency determines, as you well know, a lot, right? So that's the main tool to raise your own frequency and, stay in that, divine pure love or whatever you want to call it, right? Just a certain frequency that is pretty much untouchable. But what I'm finding a little bit these days is that there's a lot of infiltration. I mean, and I don't want to name names or tell you which groups, about them. I'm looking and going, guys, that's not truthful. This stuff that, that direction. And so
Could you imagine what kind of a person, how big of a fucking loser a person has to be to still be involved with government agencies and trying to infiltrate people who want freedom in life and want to be good people and want to bring morality to other people? What kind of a fucking loser did their parents raise? What kind of fucking losers were their parents? Could you imagine what kind of rotten soul somebody's parents like that were? Like what kind of total trash their mother must have been? What kind of total piece of fucking filth dirt that their father must have been as a being? To raise a loser like that? Could you imagine that there are still millions of people in the world like that? Millions upon millions upon millions. Total abject trash. Sorry, go ahead.
And the thing is, but what worries me about is like it's one thing when they're far in the distance, but when they're in your backyard, and it's like, what the fuck, and so I'm kind of being collected for the last, I don't know, 3-4 months, just kind of thinking, okay, how do I deal with
let me ask you a quick question. Do you actually think that these people actually believe that they're good people? Like to take money to do a job like that, right? Do they look at themselves in the mirror and actually try to convince themselves, I'm doing the right thing, I'm a good person, I'm one of the good guys? Do you think they actually believe that? Because I don't really believe that they do.
I don't even know, I don't even care. But what I'm more concerned about is that, the rest of us that are not that can keep doing what we're doing.
Well,
Because what happens,
I think the
like
real answer
energy
to
just breaks all the momentum that you
right.
have going.
The
That's
answer
the
to
point,
that is you
right?
got to find those people and you got to call them out and shame them to their face and go, think about what kind of a loser. Like, just say it to the person in person. I'll say it to people in person. You're an infiltrator? Think about what kind of a fucking dirtbag loser you have to be. You're one of the biggest losers on earth. You're a fearful little child in your fucking heart and mind. You think freedom is the bad thing and you think control is the good thing? You were raised by trash. And you are trash. Like, you're the bad guy. And you think somehow you're the good guy? You don't even really believe you're the good guy. You're just a control freak fucking loser. That's what you got to actually say to them. I'm not talking about just have the conversation here. I'm saying actually, if you know that person is one of those fucking shit stirrers, you need to say it right to their face, regardless of the consequences. They haven't heard it spoken to them by another human being. This is the level of courage we need. We need to say it just like that to people, and everybody say it to them. Be like, you're in the minority. All of us know that you're the fucking bad person. We know that you're the bad person and the loser. You're not going to convince us that we're the bad people. We know the truth, and you're the fucking bad person and the loser. I mean, that's my answer.
But most people in this group don't know this.
Okay.
They just don't see
well,
it.
I mean, the first thing is you have to be sure. You got to have some proof and be sure.
Like, you have to be damn
yes.
sure. I'm pretty sure, but I don't have like proof.
One of the things you'll always know is that they're always trying to take things in a different direction than what the original intent of the group is. If you find somebody like that, you got to be like, hey, this isn't what we do here. That's not what we do here. You got to say it to them. You're acting as a disruptor because this isn't the solution we're proposing. We're proposing moral education. We're proposing speaking out. We're proposing standing up, not complying, telling other people that this is wrong and why. If they keep putting up nonsense solutions, then you got to say, you're acting as a disruption agent, whether you're a paid disruptor or not, whether you're a paid agent to disrupt the group or not. You're acting as one because of your lack of understanding of what we do and don't do. That's what you need to say to them.
That's good advice. Yeah, that's where I'm harping to, like, the moral kind of, and also the disrupting of the general energy by being driven by ambition, right, or whatever the fuck.
See, I'm so driven in the pursuit of truth and justice and putting that information out in the world. Disruptors like that probably just stay the fuck away from me because they're going to make zero headway with me. Right. I'm going to smack them in the face with truth. Right? I'm just going to keep talking and 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 say nothing but what's true. Say nothing except how any solutions that they propose go nowhere and are qualities of acting as a disruption. And I'll just say it right to the person, and they'll feel so unwelcome that they'll just want to leave. And if they press and press and press,
I've done. I've just taken my own direction, and whoever wants to follow follows, and whoever wants to stay over there to stay over there.
If they keep pressing, what I would then do is go to everybody else and tell them what I think of that person. Then they're really done, because whose opinion and whose view of another person's behavior are people going to trust more? Some stranger that they barely know, or me? Right? My word and weight about what I think of what someone else is doing is going to carry a lot of weight with almost everybody else. So they're going to be up against a losing fucking battle in any group that I'm in. Because any groups that I work with, and again, I don't really identify with groups, but I will work within certain organizations and groups just to help put the moral philosophy out there for others. If I'm involved in it, and people know who I am when I am involved in something. People like that are going to basically stay away because I'm going to find them and call them out real fast. Real fast.
Mm-hmm. No, that's what happens to me. Like, they just stay away from me and they stay really clear
right.
from me. That's fine. Like, I've learned to identify that. I used to be like, what the fuck? But now I get it. It's like, oh, okay. So, yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. And I'm not volunteering opinions unless I'm asked. But if I'm asked, I'm going to say, well, this is what I'm observing, and this and this and this. And I'm very precise.
I think that's a solid position to take.
To do what they do, which is a character, assassination. What I try to do is be very precise on, okay, this is what I'm not agreeing with.
Right.
This is what I don't think it's the right direction.
Right.
And so very precise on the actions, not the moral, because I'm not judging that. And like you said, I'm not sure, but I mean, it seems that the
then I think you're taking a pretty solid, healthy position there. And, you could always decide to pull back from the group if they decide to go in that person's direction. You're always free to walk away from it. But I think think the way that you're handling it is probably a pretty solid way to do it.
Yeah, no, I just thank you. Like, I kind of wanted to hear your take. I kind of knew what your position would be, because it's hard, and in groups especially with how few people in any given area. All my life too, I'm super angry, and I don't do that anymore, and I'm happy that I don't, because I don't need the extra drama. I just need to get certain things done at this point. It really isn't about me. I don't really care. And it's not really about them either, because I don't even have an opinion about that. I mean, I don't drop out of love. It's just, okay, it's still loving, but by the way, we gotta get certain things done, and these things are important, and you don't think they're important, that's fine, but I really do think they're important. And so we're going to go this way. And so if you don't want to walk with us, then I'm going to walk this way. And whoever wants to walk this way,
that's it. Very simple.
And that's what I'm doing. It feels right,
Vivian, thank you so much. Yes, absolutely. Great call. I think you're handling that the right way. And it is a tough dynamic, because especially with how few people really do understand any aspect of the truth, unfortunately, you do always get people who have really terrible ideas of what they think is the solution, what they think should be being done. They haven't thought it through logically. They have poor logic circuits. They're very untrained in the trivium. And then they could act as a disruptor, even though they're not an actual official disruption agent. It can be very tough. So, keep pressing forward, because socialization is something we do need, and we need to meet with people face to face to try to network and implement solutions. So let's try to get a couple more calls in before the end of the show. Let's hear from Conrad. Conrad, go right ahead.
Hey, Mark. So my question is one that I asked you before in the pre-class session of how to become a true media. And I wanted to read it because it was a really good answer, and I think it could benefit the viewers. I asked you about how do you stay focused doing the great work, sitting in front of the screen, like wanting to know about techniques. You're sitting in front of the screen for hours, and you told me about true care.
That's right.
And I was,
Number one, you have to have inside your makeup the power of agape, cosmic, universal love. That's what's going to strengthen you to be able to actually do the task. You don't think that I get tired? You don't think that I sit here sometimes with my head in my hand like, I don't want to do this. I'm tired. I want to go sit down. I want to relax. I want to go sit down, put my dog on my lap and relax, and I power through it. You have to simply push yourself to power through it. We're in a war. This is not the time to be stagnant. This is not the time to be lazy. War requires kinetic action. You have to, unfortunately, push yourself. Now, I'm not saying push yourself to the point where you make yourself sick or die. Obviously, you can't do that, or you're no good to anybody. But people in warfare, in battle, have to push themselves to continue to fight. They're tired. They want to lay down. They don't want to fight anymore. They don't want to run anymore. You got to keep pushing yourself. It doesn't matter what you want. You have to strengthen yourself in the spirit of truth and of true love. That's what agape is. And you got to have determination and persistence. I said to my producer, Will, today, I'm going to try one more time. And if not, I'm probably going to have to cancel the show for today. Because how many times could I keep rebooting a computer over and over and over? Now, luckily, I'm a pretty skilled technician. And I tried a couple of things with troubleshooting techniques. And I was able to clear certain caches that hold old information. And perhaps that was something that was causing the issue with how software caches information and settings. After doing that and rebooting the computer, it came up and it didn't throw a kernel panic and the show started, but I still got it said something like 800 frames dropped, which is a lot. That means that my AV is going to be out of sync with this show. I hope it's coming through on the stream in sync, but probably the recording will not be in sync. So I'll have to take it into an editor like Final Cut Pro, and I'll have to line up the AV, the audio and video. And that's a pain in the ass that takes time. That'll probably take me an hour, minimum, maybe 2. Then I have to export it. That's going to take a couple hours to re-render the video instead of just being able to upload the one that's recorded. So now, because of the problems with the software, I have post-production work. That means I got to sit after the show and do more work. I'm tired after a show, after putting all this mental energy out. And now there's nobody here. I'm not going to shoot a 30 gigabyte file to somebody. But I might as well do the fucking work myself. What do I need remote help for? I need somebody in the other fucking room when a problem like this happens, and I say, do me a favor, take the edited video from this drive and put it into AV Sync for me so I could upload it. I don't have anybody to do that. I can't even ask a person to do that. I have to do it. And guess what? I will. You see, that's the difference. I'll just fucking do it because I'm strong. I'll push myself to fucking do it. The end. That's it. That's the attitude. People want to worry about, I can't be around these EM frequencies. Toughen yourself the fuck up. How about eat so well and be so strong that you could be in a field of frequencies and it doesn't affect you anymore. Instead of being a fucking weakling that every little frequency field fucking caves you in and puts you on the fucking ground. You're no good to anybody. You can't fight a war in a fucking trench. If a strong wind blows you the fuck over, you gotta be strong. You gotta be a fucking charging fucking lion into battle. You know, that's how you go. You continue to go through it. That's it. You push yourself. Watch the movie fucking Rocky, that happened right out here a block away, that was filmed a block away from where I live. I walk down the street where Rocky ran in the Italian market almost every day. It's a movie about persistence. It doesn't matter if you like boxing or you like Sylvester Stallone, who's another, Hollywood idiot. Who cares? It's an allegory about you're not going to give the fuck up on yourself. That's how you have to approach everything in life. I may be struggling and having a hard time, and I'm fucking complaining about it, and I have every right to complain about it when other people are lazy assholes sitting around doing nothing. I have every privilege and birthright and entitlement to complain about it. And if people don't like that, I don't give a fuck. I have every right to complain because other people are making zero effort and I'm making 150% fucking effort. So that's the answer. The answer is buck the fuck up. Push yourself, put yourself into the spirit of truth and true love for the purpose of creating freedom in the world and build your strength, build persistence, build character. The How to Become the True Media seminar is about all of those things. It's a life skill seminar as much as it is a technology seminar that teaches you how to persevere. It teaches you how to be persistent and dedicated. how to see something as a life calling that you just put all of yourself into, because if anything is worth doing, it's worth doing all the way. Could I have walked away from the show and go and sat down on the couch with my dog? Yeah, I could have. I didn't choose to do that. I chose to persevere and keep going and work through the fucking problem no matter how many times I have to do it. And, you know, part of that is having a little bit of technical knowledge in my tool belt, that I could figure out how I could clear a problem out and make it work. And that's part of what we talk about in How to Become the True Media also. Folks, that's all the time we have for this edition of What on Earth is Happening. Thank you to all the great callers. Remember, government is slavery. Always has been, is now, always will be. We'll see you right here next week on What on Earth is Happening with my special guest, Logan Hart. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great night.